Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I wanted to sit down with you guys and chat about what I think you should do if you are getting to this point in your homeschooling year, now that we're into October, and you're realizing maybe some of the curriculum you chose isn't going to work out. When is it best to set it to the side and move on from that? When is it best to persevere? Kind of what my thoughts are on that whole process. And I want to thank the Good and the Beautiful for partnering with me on today's video. I have a really exciting announcement to share with you guys from the Good and the Beautiful that will tie perfectly into this video. And so I will share more with you guys regarding that here in a second. So now that it's October, most of us have been homeschooling for a few months now, and maybe you're thinking, wow, this curriculum, I just don't know. Do we love it? Do we not like it? Maybe you really know that your kids don't like it. What are you going to do? When is it right to change curriculums? When should you persevere? And I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all answer to that question. I think it's very nuanced and dependent on what it is. But I will say that in my experience of homeschooling for a decade now, I have done both of those things. I have done where I have persevered and we have just continued to use something, even if we didn't love it so much. There were reasons why we continued with it, and we overlooked the things that we didn't like, or maybe I changed the way in which we were using it to better suit our family. I've definitely done that. And then there have been those times where the curriculum it wasn't going to work out, and I could tell right away it was not going to work out. And so I decided to purchase something else or use something else. And I think really what it boils down to is just a fair and honest assessment of the curriculum. Why is it not working for your family? What is it lacking? What do you wish that it had? Is it just, something new that you guys need to get used to? Or is it really just dry and boring and not intriguing you or your child? I think it's important to evaluate how much you spent on the curriculum. Sometimes if you've spent a lot of money on a curriculum, it is a little more difficult to not continue to use it because you've invested a lot of money into it. So there's that to consider. Is your child being resistant to the curriculum because it's challenging them and it would be worthwhile for their character to push through that and have you encourage them in doing that? Or are they not enjoying it because it really is boring and not very engaging? All of these things tie into what you should do when you think that you have a piece of curriculum in your homeschool that isn't working well. I also want to remind you guys that curriculum is meant to serve you. You are not serving the curriculum. And even still to this day, as a homeschooling mom with a graduating senior this year, I have to remind myself of that often. The curriculum is my tool, not the other way around. And so a lot of times I think that moms abandon curriculum because they don't consider using it in a different way or using it in a way that fits them in their homeschool and their children better. And so there's that to consider as well when you have come to the road in which we will call as homeschooling parents, do I continue or do I change? And there's a lot to consider with that. But if you find yourself there and you know that you want to make a change to something that you bought that just isn't working, maybe science is dry and boring, and you are wanting to engage your kids in incredible science units, just one of the many things to consider from the Good and the Beautiful. And right now, they have a super exciting promotion going on from October the 8th to October the 22nd called the Turquoise Ticket. That's what we're going to call it. For every $50 you spend, you will get a turquoise ticket placed in your order. Now, if you spend $150, you would get 3 turquoise tickets. If you spend $200, you're going to get 4 turquoise tickets. Now, the turquoise tickets are going to have a variety of different things on them. that you can win or have a chance at winning. The most common being a free book from the Good and the Beautiful's bookshop, which is awesome. Then there's going to be discounts. There will be $25 off your next order and even 50% off of your next order. So if you have found yourself at the curriculum crossroads and you know that you want to make a change, the Good and the Beautiful has amazing, amazing curriculums we have loved and used in our homeschool for years and years and years. And if you want to place your order now, from the day that you are seeing this up until the 22nd, you're going to automatically receive those turquoise tickets dependent on what your order is. And I will link to the Good and the Beautiful down below in the description box, which thank you guys in advance for using my links. It just helps the Good and the Beautiful track where information is being given out. So if you heard about Turquoise Ticket from me, then that is great for you to use my link. But there are times where we need to buy something else. And that is another huge advantage to the Good and the Beautiful, is that their curriculum is so affordable. And so if you find yourself in the October time realizing that what you bought for August, it's just not going to work, then this is a great way to make the switch, save yourself some money on a future order, maybe next year's materials, or get a free book or a free couple of books, depending, and also not have to spend a ton of money when you're making the switch, because the Good and the Beautiful is so affordable. So the link to the Good and the Beautiful will be down below. We absolutely love everything that they've ever made. We've used, I can almost say, every single thing, every piece of curriculum they offer, from every science unit to their Simply Good and the Beautiful math to language arts from kindergarten all the way to high school 3. And I've done those multiple times over now. So we just love them so much in our homeschool, and it's been such a blessing to us. So I wanted to share with you guys about that super exciting promotion going on right now, the Turquoise Tickets from October the 8th through October the 22nd. So if you find yourself needing to make a switch, this is your sign. Go ahead and make that now. And while I have you guys sitting here, I wanted to also share with you guys a brand new release from the Good and the Beautiful. How sweet are these little Go books? So these are a kindergarten book set. These are designed for your youngest readers. They come with this Velcro enclosure, and these books are all about things that go. So we have country, we have city, we have water, and we have sky. And so I remember my kids being at these ages, and these would have just been so wonderful. They include CVC words, sight words, and each one has a different focus. So these books are going to just engage your youngest readers. The illustrations are beautiful, but they also are going to help them along in their reading journey. So I will also link to these books down in the description box for you guys. The little Go books are so cute, and you can put them right back in here. There are 24 stories in all, and so it's a really great value and just another way to encourage that love of reading from a very young age. They don't have to look at black and white images and be bored. They don't have to just read an arbitrary list going down. They can practice their reading, their sight word skills, their CVC words, their letter sounds, all of that wonderful stuff right here with these books. And these are available now. I'll link to them in the description box as well. So if you are looking for a change in your curriculum, please know that I have been there too. And like I said at the beginning of the video, there have been times where I have needed to persevere, and I was glad that I did. And then there were also times where we needed to make a change, and I was glad that I did. And if you find yourself there, I know how frustrating it can be. Sometimes the most difficult thing to do is to make a decision either way. And then once you do that, there's relief rather than constantly spinning your wheels over that. So I just want to encourage you, make a decision. It's okay to make a change if you need to, and it's also okay to keep persevering if you feel that that is the way that you need to go. But sometimes things happen. So if you want to check out The Good and the Beautiful, the links will be down below and you guys can get in on the Turquoise tickets and also check out their brand new little go books. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up before you click out of it, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.